If you're a business developer, you're going to want to get to know Kent Stormberg with Epic Connections in Omaha, Nebraska. Kent is a classic business developer that understands how Epic Connections can do something very unique and very different when companies are looking for a contact center to help them optimize their relationship with their end user. Kent, talk to me a little bit about Epic Connections. You're a service bureau. I don't really understand exactly what that is. How do you work and what do you do really?
Epic has a unique value proposition. We are an advising company as opposed to having our own call center. We provide a unique, different perspective. We're partnered with over 100 call centers worldwide. That way we can bring to the table core competencies that match the exact requirements of our clients.
All right, so let me interrupt here so that I understand. You're matching, so you have to evaluate what clients and their unique industry, their end user, and then do some kind of a very precise matching process. Do you bring more than one contact center to the table, or is there always just one that just perfectly matches it?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of seen as the Match.com of the call center industry. The way we work is we'll bring 3 or 4 options to the client. And as a result, the client then has the opportunity to take a look at these 3 or 4 options. And then the next step in the process is these 3 or 4 options will present a proposal directly to the client. The client eventually has a direct relationship with the call centers. We act as an advocate, which is another unique value proposition for both the call center as well as the client.
All right, let me interrupt you there because that's a very and a dicey thing to do. It's kind of it's a delicate balance because you want to be representing the client's needs accurately, but so you're really not selling. You really are doing a consultative service.
Yeah, it's a very consultative service. What we try to achieve is success in the program, and that means that we are an advocate for both the client as well as the call center, and we remain involved in the entire relationship, so the length of the relationship, length of the contract, and ensure that both parties get what they need and meet each other's requirements and needs.
Yeah. Now, I know you guys have adopted a metaphor. It's kind of I find it so interesting because somebody told me the other day, they said, you know, trying to find out of 4,000 contact centers in the world, right? Isn't that the number approximately?
Yeah.
It's almost like trying to trek through the Himalayas, you know. There's a lot of dangerous areas. You're not quite sure what's going to be happening or what's right around the corner. So you guys are now positioning yourselves as Sherpa guides. I love this metaphor, the Tibetan Sherpa guide. Does the metaphor really hold? Are you guides through kind of a dangerous, unpredictable terrain?
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge for clients to go out and try to identify the right call center for their needs. And like you said, there's over 4,000 call centers worldwide. Again, our value proposition is we have over 100 call centers that we're working with year in and year out. We audit them once a year. We already know what their core competencies are, what their expertise and experiences are, so we can get from here to there a lot quicker than they would going cold out into the marketplace.
Yeah, you can save, you know, months, right? 3, 4, 5 months of the typical cycle required to find a contact center.
Yeah, we'll break it down to 3 to 5 weeks as opposed to 3 to 5 months, which is a typical length of time for an RFP. So we absolutely accelerate the process.
You know, before we go any further, talk about accelerating the process. As people find the contact center through Epic Connections as a result of your help, then there's this next stage, right? They got to get going correctly. They've got to get the training, and there's got to be close interaction between the contact center and the client. So you guys have come up with something called Epic Launch, just to make sure the first 90 to 120 days really goes well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, an Epic Launch is, Tom Beam is our Director of Operations and Partner Relations, and Tom has extensive experience in the call center industry, both on the third-party call center side as well as an in-house call center manager for years and years. Tom gets engaged and stays involved. Like I said earlier, he remains involved in the relationship between the client and the call center. He does the weekly calibration calls. He'll do agent monitoring. Okay. He provides a second pair of eyes for the client. And again, he still is the advocate for both sides.
Yeah, that's a very interesting and I think so important, the Epic launch piece, getting it going, and then there's momentum after that, and the relationship really works out well. Well, Epic Connections is a service bureau in the contact center industry. They've got 7 or 8 years of experience behind them. Kent Stormberg is a classic contributor in that context. Thanks for watching us. Call Epic Connections if you're looking for the right contact center. Kent will help you out. Thanks.